about, you would always talk to us about, or to me specifically about, building a team. So talk to me about, because you all, even I remember asking you at times things that you've done, and you would always say, you always put it back to the team.
Mhm.
So can you want to expound on the importance of team, and what you how you felt the importance of team was?
Yeah, again, my experience. So when I was a younger man, um, I always thought in order to get things done right, I had to do it myself. And it was literally probably killing me. I was, not getting home, leaving home at 7 in the morning, not getting home till 11 at night, and so forth and so on, and actually missed a lot of the early part of my kids growing up. Um, and one day I got, that's why I said it might have been killing me. One day I got ill. I had to go to the hospital, had some heart palpitations. But sitting there, I was like, you know what? No matter how we think that one person stops a show, the show will still go on if you're not there. And so I had to reprioritize what was not only what was important to me, but number two, how do I get done and start slowly building good people around me who I can trust and give them and hand off, some of the things, and who could carry out a vision or had a vision of their own that they could bring to the table. And so I started building up this I wouldn't say team concept, but for me, it was a concept. And so it was finding good people, supporting them, and nurturing wherever they need some support. But more importantly, building a team for me is like a pieces of a puzzle. I mean, you might have a great piece. You might have someone who's great, but you have the puzzle, which is the whole picture of either district or the organization. And that person may not be the right piece, although they have a skill set, but they may not be. So one of the first things, and you can take this for on your personal level or professional level. First, we have to always analyze what are our weaknesses, what are our strengths, and what are our weaknesses. Who has the strength, who has the weakness? And really, that analysis happens really with the top for me. So, I had to know what were my strengths and what were my weaknesses, and who do I get to fill the weakness portion. But you do that team member to team member, and you look at the team as a whole, and you carefully build your team to and like I said, when I say pieces of puzzle, they have to be able to work together. The personalities have to click. Although I'm not saying there's not going to be arguments and disagreements, and you probably know my thing is, I'm not one of those. I don't want yes people around me. I want people who are going to tell me the truth. If I come up with a concept in a meeting, I want someone to say, I don't think that's going to work. Okay, tell me why. What's your thoughts? Give me your thoughts. I don't want folks who are going to yes, and then when they get outside and they go, well, you know what, because if they're not on board, so I want them to give me their point of view, and I wouldn't say convince me of their point of view, but their point of view, and I may counter if I think, or I may say, you know what, I never thought about that. That's a good point. Maybe we need to go somewhere else. One thing about team is, and I hope you could be able to attest to this. I always say when things go well, that's the team's. That's what the team did. If things go bad, that's my responsibility. I don't throw people under the bus. I'm not one to look at. So we'll go back to your problem solving thing that you said. Problems come up. Problems happen.
Yes.
Things happen. But the question is, while we're spending time pointing fingers and the problem is still there. It still needs to be solved. The question is, what is the solution? And how do we come up with a solution? Even with when my management style and what I'd like to spend some time on identifying a problem. I like to spend more time, probably most of the time, on developing the solution. And then the second biggest piece, or they might be equal. I mean, I don't really measure how much of it is in the implementation. But
Right.
oftentimes you hear people spending a lot of times on the problem. Oh, we got this, we got this. Da, 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 da,
Correct.
blah, 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 blah. You spend it 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the problem is still
Right.
there.
Still
So
there.
the question is, what's the solution or what's the possible solution? Let's come
Mhm.
up with a solution. Let's talk about the solution. So I always say, okay, give me, and you'll hear me say, okay, what's the problem? Boom. Okay. That's it. All right. Now, what are some of the ways that we can solve the issue?
Right. Right.
And then spend time on that, and then spend time, obviously, on implementing the problem. So teamwork, people have to be able to look. We spend as much time at work than we do with our families, and
Correct.
so we need to be able to really um, not only just get along, but like-minded to an extent. Because, like I said, we don't want just yes people.
Right.
But at least the same goals and the same folk. And our mission and goals should be the same. It's educating kids and providing them with opportunities so that when they leave us, we're not, and I'm going to say I stole this from you and I was using this in Trenton too. We're not graduating them to the streets.
Right.
You
Correct.
know, we're
Correct.
graduating them to a job or to the military or to some college program or trade program. That's where we're graduating them to, and so we just need to be, provide those guidance and do that. And so, like I said, building a team, I'll talk about the STEM school. I was a visionary behind it, but implementing it, I had a whole team of people who were able to get it done.